Alright guys, this is going to be my first time not shooting, but I'm here at a range, and this will be my first time running anything through my new AR-15. Really excited for it, so let's go. All right, on to the 5.56. This is gonna be loud. All right, here we go. Six rounds, here we go. Nice groupings. That one in the center, that was a misfire. And then 2, 5. I was using my iron sights, but pretty good. We're gonna switch back to the 1911, give my shoulder a little bit of a break. Another double feed. These bullets might be a little too much for this. I don't know.
I'll show you where you shot and where you did.
That's my favorite.
About 7 rounds. All right, guys. I am beaming right now. It was awesome. I've shot guns before, okay? I've shot many rifles, handguns, shotguns, targeting, and all that stuff. So this was actually the first time I put any rounds through my brand new AR-15 5.56. I mean, this thing just is a pleasure to shoot. It is so much fun. The recoil, guys, the recoil of an AR-15, it's loud, I'll tell you that. It is a loud gun because the cartridge that is going through it has a lot of powder. That's what guns do. They are small, sort of controlled explosions through a barrel. That's all a gun is. And with I'm not gonna rant, but it was awesome. I shot some X-Tac and some higher quality ammo through it, and then I ran some lower repurposed or recased ammo that I was finding was different as far as precision. The higher quality stuff, if I wanted to shoot the bullseye, I got the bullseye. I was shooting where I was aiming. The cheaper ammo, I would aim at the bullseye, I would go down and left. It would be down and left maybe about 3 inches or so. And it wasn't consistent. That's the problem I find with recased ammunition. It's when I say recased, it means that it is brass that has been saved from spent shells. They are then refilled, new primers put on them. They are refilled and recapped. And so what that means is you will not get what's called match grade ammunition, which means there is not some person whose only job is to look at things under a microscope and go, yep, that's just the same. Yep, that's just the same. Yep, that round's just the same. Going through all the ammunitions put into a box to make sure every single one is precisely matched to the first one. So you say you have a case of 30, you're going to have precision match in the higher grade ammunition. The lower grade stuff wasn't doing it for me. So that is just going to be my plinking, targeting, having fun, whatever kind of ammunition. And I got it was 100 rounds for like 50, 60 bucks. So right there, it tells you that's some cheap ammunition. It was about 60, 50 cents a round. So I may just use it for blinking. I have 5.56 and 223 at home. That is X-Tac, so I know these are accurate bullets. And I'm so excited, guys. This was an amazing time here. I love coming and shooting. It is such a fun time. I got crazy hairs going on here. So I'm gonna keep going, keep doing this stuff because it's so much fun. It's a lot of great getting out and just targeting. I'm really good. Now my 1911, it's a 22 long rifle. Yeah, you're like, oh, 20. Still a bullet, guys. I'm using bullets that are going 1,300 feet per second. That's deadly, okay? But the problem that I was having, I was shooting Winchester Hellcats. And so they're a little faster than the bullets that I normally use, which are about 1280, something like that. So it's considerably faster, so there's considerable more ammunition and black powder in there. So I was finding there were double feeds, double loads. There was also some primers that were faulty. Like the first time it would click, nothing happened. And then it would still be in the chamber and I would run it again and it would be fine. So it was not all of them, but Winchester is a brand name and I'm a little disappointed that Winchester is failing on me. I've shot Eloy or something like that. They're actually a pretty good ammunition. I've never had any problems with them, so I'm probably going to keep getting them. The only reason I got Winchester was the great deal on 100 rounds for like 20 something bucks. Who would pass that up? So, you know, it happens. Guns sometimes malfunction, bullets sometimes malfunction, and that's what you get. So all in all, just a wonderful, wonderful day. I had so much fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. I'm back home, and this is my lovely basement. I know you just love it. It's so pretty. But I wanted to just finish up my thoughts on my new AR-15, as well as my Colt 1911. So here we are. Okay, guys, so I wanted to go over and show you the ammunition, the types of ammunition that I had been using. So right here we have the X-Tac center fire rifle cartridges made by PMC Ammunition. They are 55 grain, shooting at 3120 FPS, 5.56, and that's what they're chambered in. So this right here, you can see a little, not a whole lot of differing, like this is a little discolored, this is a little shinier. So this is the one, this is the previously spent cartridge, but it has been repurposed and remanufactured for more shooting. So in the case of this one, you're not going to get the match grade quality of, say, this one. Now, I don't know, it doesn't say on here if these are match grade. So I'm not quite sure if they are match grade, but I tell you what, these are the exact same bullets I was shooting earlier through this bad boy. These things were dead on. A stark contrast from these. These, if I wanted to shoot at the bullseye, if I pointed that gun at the bullseye, it fired as long as I wasn't shaking or flinched. I am trying to work on that. I made a bunch of videos to teach myself how not to flinch. I am doing better. I'm no longer like blinking real hard and keeping my eyes open after this thing fires. This one, these, they came in a box. I mean, you'll get bullets like this. So, I mean, you can, do this kind of stuff all day. And they were shipped UPS from Zinc Manufacturing, Zinc Ammunition. So, these guys, a box of 100 for like $55. They're still good. They fire. I didn't have a single round or jam on this thing. I know it's probably coming because I said it. Knock on wood. But all the rounds that I shot through this thing it was probably less than 100 rounds. I had 30 rounds of one really good box of ammunition that was dead on, and then I had a box of the X-Tac. So I had 30 and then 20, 50, and then I probably shot maybe another 20, maybe another 30, 50 rounds through here. So right about 100 rounds have been fired through this thing. And I'll tell you what, guys, that muzzle is still slightly warm. It's just lukewarm right now. It's cooled down a bit. This handguard was not hot, but you could feel the heat radiating off of this barrel. These things get really hot. So I was not shooting dead on with these things. So these are going to be my plinking ammunition for targeting. These I'm going to start to stockpile for home defense. And maybe some plinking here and there. But I'm just going to buy the cheap ammunition because my thinking is that if I use cheaper ammunition and I'm plinking, that I will be better at zeroing in my targets, and then when I get these that are right on the money, boom, I'm right on the money. I've got targets out in my car that showcase that I was right on the money. There were a few shots using this type of ammunition where I shot basically the exact same position, one right after the other. So I'm very pleased with how this thing operated. Very, very happy with it. I just put the bolt back into battery. There's nothing in there. See, there's nothing inside. And let me pull back the hammer for you to prove it. There we go. Oh my gosh, this thing is very tight. So there's the bolt. There's nothing in there. Okay? And it's unsafe as well. So, sorry for the one-handed operation. So guys, this was just an absolute pleasure to shoot. I'm so happy that I built this. Thank you so much to my friend Joe for helping me with this. On to this dude. These are the rounds that I was shooting today. Winchester Wildcat Super Speed. These are fast bullets, guys. They are 1,300. Woo, yeah, little gung-ho there. 1,300 feet per second. Guys, these are fast rounds, all right? I mean, not as fast as these buggers, but still pretty darn fast. Now, the problem I was having was these things were double feeding through the magazine, and they were the hammer wasn't. It was kind of what I do like about. I'm stammering here. What I do like about this firearm here is if it double loads, the hammer only goes back partially because the spring didn't go back all the way. It only went back like, maybe like this much, to where enough of a space is there to get the bullet in there, but not enough to bring you see the hammer, it started to go back just a little bit. So it probably went back maybe in between the first click and the second click, so right about there. And it double fed a bullet. So this is fully cocked, and then you bring it forward. So I was having some double feed issues. Also, I was having some rimfire issues, or some primer issues. I'm gonna, again, using one hand here. So these are the bullets. They are actually a little bit more substantial than my other bullets, and they're not hollow points, but if you can see, it's got a little indentation, but I'm thinking that is probably just the bullet manufacturing. Yeah, I mean, it's slightly more powerful, and so I think that's what was going on. This 1911 here, the primers I think were one of the main issues. I was getting a lot of false fires, but it would fire after a second round, and it does happen, guys. They're machines. They're made of metal and polymer and everything, and you can have this. I mean, this thing is cleaned. It was oiled and all ready to go. I haven't shot it in a month or two, but it was ready to go, and I keep it in a nice, cool, dry, temperature-controlled place where it's low humidity. There's my, sorry, my basement is so disgusting. That's my dehumidifier, where I keep it at a pretty good, about a 45% humidity. Not all the way gone, but there's still humidity down here. So, yeah, that was the problem that I was having with Winchester. I have like 250 some odd more rounds. There's about maybe 25 rounds in this box. There's another 100 rounds. I got I got almost 350 rounds left of that stuff. I'm gonna use it for plinking, just to have some fun. No other issues but that, man. I mean, the 1911 is a great system. It is a beautiful gun. I love the style of it. It's so pretty. But I am going to be eventually getting up to a 9mm again. This is a 5-inch barrel. And guys, I'm going to bring something over here as well. This is the holster for it. And here's my hand, and here's the holster size. This is my range belt that I have, just a very simple range belt. Now, this is an out-of-the-waistband holster. Look how huge that thing is. That's a 5-inch barrel, and look how much of the gun is sticking out. That's not a good concealed carry gun, and I would never put this in my my appendix, carried appendix. Again, I'm doing one-handed here. Come on, get out of there. I'm doing one-handed here, so and I've got a nice mag holder. So, guys, I would not conceal carry this thing. It's too big, it's too bulky, and if I wear it in my appendix right here, it would really press up against my gut. And I got a hefty gut here, the beer belly and the dad bod and everything. So I want something that is going to be smaller, more powerful too, and just a all-around good gun to have to protect myself and my loved ones. But 1911 is a good gun. They are beautifully designed. They were helped win 2 world wars. And I love the double safety here. So you got the hand safety, and then you got the thumb safety. But I saw an interesting video not too long ago on why concealed carries should not have thumb safeties like this. One reason is this is a very old design. This is almost over 100-year-old design. And I don't think the original 1911 had this safety. I'm pretty sure it didn't. But with modern technology, we have said, you need a safety. You need to put a safety on there. So they've put thumb safeties, and many other firearms come with thumb safeties. See there? It's actually kind of wonky. It's easy to move your thumb safety, but the more you'll get good calluses if you keep doing this. I don't use it, to be honest. I have found myself not using this safety unless, like today, when I had the double feed issues, I had a round and I needed to check it. This is part of the responsibility of gun owners. That gun was like this, and that round was sitting right in the barrel there. See? Right in there. You could see it. It was flush. It was ready to go, but the pin did not ignite the ignition or ignite the primer. So, what did I do? I flipped this thing to safety because I don't want even an accidental discharge, because I needed to check it. And I waited a few seconds, making sure that there was no delay in the discharge, and then put it off safety, ejected the round, or I checked my slide, my chamber, to make sure, and I continued shooting, and it fired. So that's one aspect of gun ownership and safety precautions, is if you have, even in this one too, if you have a misfeed or a false firing or a primer that is not guaranteed to fire on the first hammer drop, then you need to make sure that you know your safety. So, but I want something where if I have to quick draw this and I have a safety on, I don't want to have to remember, oh, I need to take the safety off. Some other people may say that's dangerous. I get it. You want to be safe, get a thumb safety. I'm not saying don't get one. I'm just saying that's not going to be for me in the future, because the amount of times that I've used this was today that I fired it. Every other time I am ready to fire, I am pointing down range, I have my target, and I'm ready to go. So there's that. But guys, this was an awesome day. I'm so excited for this thing. This is going to have so many more rounds put through it. I thank you for the range. I'm not going to name them, but and because they're not paying me. Two, it's none of your business. But this thing is beautiful. It fired wonderfully. I used iron sights as well as my red dot. Was really, really good at getting my sights in and getting my target in. And I really am looking forward to a lot more time with this beauty. So be looking for more videos coming soon.